Baishapa, en guaraní significa ¿cómo están? Si pueden confirmar, este domingo se pronostica un clima inestable, y si pueden confirmar que no se va a suspender el concierto esta vez. Y por otra parte, si ya quedó atrás definitivamente la gira de despedida. Gracias.
Baishapa means hello in Guarani, our native language. And so, well, this Sunday we're seeing the weathercast and it says that there's probability of rain. So what we want to know is, if it does rain, does the concert get cancelled or not?
We played so many shows in the rain. We are very much used to it. If you look at, for example, 2012, the Wacken Festival, that's the biggest heavy metal festival in Europe, in Germany. Copenhagen, we just come from. Actually, all the festivals we played in the summer in Europe were rained like crazy, but in comparison to what happened exactly 4 years ago, it was also a very strong wind and things were just falling apart at the stadium. And you know, the electronics were destroyed and the lights didn't work and the sound didn't work and the damage was just so great that we just couldn't perform. But we are waterproofed. We are from Germany. It rains a lot and it might rain on Sunday and we don't care, we play.
And the second question was, do you confirm the end of this tour here? Let me translate it. Bueno, nosotros hemos hecho muchísimos conciertos bajo la lluvia. Podemos comentar el festival que tuvimos en Alemania, realmente varios festivales en Europa, en donde igual tocamos bajo lluvia. Las condiciones en el 2012 sucedieron de manera que había muchísimo viento y las cosas realmente en el estadio se estaban cayendo, entonces no pudimos hacer el concierto. Sin embargo, les puedo asegurar que esta vez nosotros estamos a prueba de agua, entonces sí o sí vamos a hacer.
Una última pregunta.
Actualmente son las grandes y legendarias bandas de rock las que siguen llenando estadios en sus giras, como Rolling Stone, AC/DC, Guns N' Roses, Scorpions. Lo que nos gusta asistir a conciertos, estamos un poco preocupados que después de esas bandas los grandes shows se acaben. Quisiera saber si ellos conocen o opinan si alguna banda relativamente nueva puede seguir ese legado.
Okay, so asking from the fans, well, you know the greatest bands of rock and roll like Guns N' Roses, AC/DC, Scorpions, of course. And what we want to know is, you're the biggest rock bands and you're legendary. Our question goes towards what do you think will happen when you stop performing? When these great bands don't do any more shows, what's going to happen to next generations? What do you think?
First of all, go to see those great big bands while you can, because when they stop playing, there seems to be a vacuum right behind them. To me, it's also surprising that the biggest bands in rock are the only ones that are able to fill stadiums, unless it's a festival, but you know, by themselves. And even a guy like, you know, who's not exactly rock, but Bruce Springsteen is a guy who's performing for 50 years and he sells out the stadiums, and it's not exactly the young band from around the corner. So the young ones have to really try out now to get in good shape to fill the big footsteps that will be left behind in some time to come by bands like AC/DC, Scorpions, Iron Maiden, and all those stadium filler bands, because when they're gone, it looks sad.
Bueno, realmente es interesante ver que después de estas bandas que has mencionado, resulta que hay como un vacío. Es interesante ver que los grupos más jóvenes no lograron llenar estadios como lo hicieron estos grupos. Y bueno, pueden ver que hay algunos solistas, como por ejemplo Bruce Springsteen, que sí ha podido llenar estadios, sin embargo no es el más joven que digamos. Entonces es interesante ver cómo esto se está desarrollando y que bueno, en el futuro va a haber ese vacío, ese espacio, que es una oportunidad y bueno, los más jóvenes van a tener que ponerle más ímpetu. Realmente nosotros no podemos ver que los grupos de hoy día llenen los estadios, al menos que sean festivales, ¿no? Pero bueno, eso es.
Una última pregunta más, one last question.
When you started your career as a band, have you ever imagined that you were here celebrating your 50 years?
No, of course not. You know, back then when we started, it was like we were young kids, you know, and to continue to make music beyond 30, when you're in your 20s, it was something nobody could imagine, you know, where people went like, Klaus, come on, when you get a real job, you know, and nobody could imagine this would be a career that will turn out to be like something for a lifetime, you know, and after all these years celebrating 50 years, it sounds so damn old, you know, but we don't feel like that, and when you take a look at the very few bands celebrating a 50th anniversary, then it's pretty cool, like the Stones, the Who. There are very few bands who made it up to that magic number, you know, so it's something you can be very proud of. But other than giving the tour this logo, this name, our 50th anniversary tour, when we go out on stage, we don't think about it, we don't feel like it, we go out, and especially having Mickey now in the band, you know, we feel like always, like powerhouse of rock, going out there to entertain our fans and enjoying ourselves for the time we're up on stage, singing all those big classics and anthems together with our fans, a couple new ones, you know, and a couple surprise songs as well. And it's still, after all these years, it's a lot of fun and we enjoy ourselves very, very much. And right now we have a great time.
We feel like a 50-year-old baby, you know? That's basically what it is.
Bueno, realmente no nos dimos cuenta de que íbamos a llegar a esto. Realmente cuando empezamos estábamos en los 20 años más o menos y era normal, pero a medida que pasaba el tiempo llegamos a los 30 y nos pensamos a preguntar ¿cuándo realmente vamos a tener un trabajo serio, un trabajo de verdad? Pero bueno, los años se fueron sumando y fuimos teniendo varios años de gira y muchos éxitos y fue una experiencia muy buena. También es muy interesante ver como otros grupos como The Who y The Clash llegaron también a este número mágico que son los 50 y da gusto poder ver atrás y ver toda la trayectoria. Y aparte de eso, aparte de tener el logo del aniversario número 50 en nuestro tour, nosotros realmente no nos sentimos de 50, o sea, 50 es muchísimo tiempo, pero no nos sentimos así, no actuamos así. Cuando nos subimos al escenario somos lo que somos y cantamos lo que cantamos y es realmente espectacular. Entonces, bueno, pretendemos seguir.
But coming back to Paraguay, for us it really feels like keeping a promise, you know, because we saw so many fans on Facebook saying, Scorpions, don't forget Paraguay, right? And for us it really feels like when we discussed the tour, going back to Latin America, you know, it was like, we gotta go back to Paraguay. You know, it feels like keeping a promise, and that's a good thing. And we hope the fans will be all there, and we have a great concert on Sunday. We all can enjoy it together. You know, if it's raining, no big deal, you know, so, but we have a good time anyway this time.
Bueno, para nosotros el volver a Paraguay era como una promesa. Nosotros nos fuimos y dijimos, no, tenemos que volver a Paraguay. Entonces esto es realmente muy emocionante para nosotros. Esperamos que este domingo hagamos un show muy bueno. Si llueve un poco, llueve, no importa, seguimos. Pero esperamos que el show del domingo sea excelente.
Muchas gracias a todos por venir.
Great interpretation.
Yeah.
We have to give her a big hand.
Great job. Thank you.
Muy bien.
The one.